Well, welcome back. What a cold morning it was this morning. We had frost on the grass, on the vehicles, and it's warmed up with a beautiful bit of sun. But what an epic view we've got out to the side there. Now, if you missed the first part of our journey, make sure you go back and watch it, because we're going to start the second one now, and I can't wait, because I'm not sure where we're going and whether the track's even open.
G'day, my name's Jamie Hazelden, and I've been travelling this great country for many years. And what I want to share with you is the great places that I've been to and the places that you can only imagine of getting to. I want to show you and introduce to you some of the colourful characters, sit round a campfire and reminisce and talk about the journey and the places that we're going to go to. So come along with me as I share this journey with you.
All right, mate, we're on the next part of this epic adventure. So what are we going to try and head to now?
Well, today we'll head back over to Bluff Hut and run down the 18-mile jeep track down to the Bindaree Hut, and then make our way up to Craig's Hut.
Sounds like an action-packed day. Looking forward to it.
It's going to be a good one.
Awesome.
As we make our way along the jeep track, I had to say to John, this is a pretty tame track, even though they'd named it after the jeep.
I was just talking to John and he said it's not too bad. He said it's been graded and it's flattened out, but there used to be a lot of steps and all sorts of things along here, so.
This track is still steep in sections, but after a few good rains, I could see how it would become a fun track, as some of the rain would wash away the dirt to create some deep ruts to tackle. Whew.
Which hut's this one?
This is Bindaree Hut. It's in the Bindaree campgrounds.
Yeah, okay. Do you know much about it or how old it is or anything?
Well, I know it hasn't been rebuilt, but I don't know too much about it. But it's a beautiful campground. They've set up Vic Parks. They set up beautiful toilets for people to come down and enjoy, and it's an absolute fantastic river there.
Oh, really? Oh, awesome.
Right. Yeah, it's last one's always yeah, it is. Last section, mate. We're almost there.
Well, the first hut for the day, and it's not the biggest hut I've seen, that's for sure, but it's a beaut little hut.
You know, it always fascinates me, the size of some of these huts. Now, this is so small and quaint that this is called the Bindaree Hut. Now, this one is sitting on the Harkwa River, right there, running through, flowing, as they all are, sitting on rivers. But this was used for the cattlemen to stop overnight, and it's, you know, it's always a great emergency place to stay if it's raining, snowing, whatever it might be. But how cool is this place? I've got to go and check it out inside. Nice little chimney, pretty low though. We're just having a look around at all the different, you know, because people back in the day, they used to put their year that they were here and that, but it's horrible how it's all done now. You know, when you're seeing stuff like, we're seeing ones here from 1951 and stuff like that. So it's an early 1900s cabin of some kind, but we don't know the exact year. but it's still always cool to just have a look and see what's in here. But this has got another cool little fireplace and be a great little stopover, that's for sure. You know, they say that there's plenty of trout in these rivers. Now, it wouldn't surprise me at all, but I've never done trout fishing. And what I believe, as much as I don't know a lot about it, is it's certain times of the year that you actually get in and do it. But reading through when the old timers used to do it, it must have been just teeming with them. There must have been just everywhere. And the ones they have here are rainbow trout, so it'd be good to see some.
It's time to set off. We have to cover a fair bit of ground today to see some of the more well-known huts in the Vic High Country. Gotta love this place.
When you're getting into the remoter areas, I mean, I button on about this quite a bit, you know, always let people know where you are or when you're going to be coming out of an area, because when you get into places, there's always that situation where there's no phone reception, and a lot of people just rely on their UHF, and it doesn't mean that everybody's going to be out there on their UHF. Like sometimes you'll have tracks that say their channel on them, like down here there's been a few tracks that say channel 21 if you're going down this track. When you're crossing the desert, you know, make sure you've got channel 10 on. There's all different places that run different channels, but there's not always somebody out there to help you if you did get stuck or break down or whatever the case may be. So it's always super handy to make sure you let somebody know where you're going in, when you're coming out, just giving them a rough idea, because you've got to account for, you know, something, you know, you might enjoy yourself there and want to stay a few more hours or whatever, but it's just being able to just notify them one way or the other, because I mean we've got plenty of devices that we can use these days, you know, from your Zolios to your Starlink to your satellite phone, but not everybody's got one. So, but we've all got a mobile phone, but it doesn't always work.
The Vic High Country is full of these little water crossings, and they're just a pleasure to be able to drive across. They're just stunning.
Oh, that's an awesome looking little creek. Oh wow. How cool is that? A bit rocky. Good little flowing creek. What a beauty. If only it was up in Queensland, it'd be great for a good dip. It's too cold down here. Well, as you can see, the tracks have just opened here in Victoria, and we've come across this one straight across the road, so we're going to give it a bit of clear up. John's got his chainsaw, you know, super handy down here, and we're going to just get that chopped up and move it over to the side so we can get through here and keep going. You know, when you go out bush, it doesn't matter where it is really. Few things that you want to make sure you're bringing along, and in our case, you know, in different states it's different rules. Like up in Queensland we can't use chainsaws in the national parks, but yet in Victoria you can, and a handy tool to have, of course, when you're down here is a chainsaw, clearing the tracks as you go as well. especially because they open and shut the tracks here. But you know, it's not just the chainsaw, it's also, you know, having all your other bits and pieces like your recovery gear, you know, snatch straps, you know, maybe you might have a winch, having some max tracks or something similar, just to get you out of those situations, because a lot of the time, you know, you might be with a mate or might be on your own, but you know, it's always handy to just have a few essentials with you to recover yourself. And you know, when I say recover yourself, you know, sometimes you might not have your max tracks, so therefore you might need to cut some logs with a chainsaw to put underneath to try and help you get yourself out. Because of course you might not have a winch too, so you just never know.
Not too far down the road, we stopped in at the Bindaree Falls. Now, John had talked this one up on the drive down here, so I'm really looking forward to seeing this one, because you know, you never get sick of checking out a nice big waterfall, and especially these iconic ones, you know, they're big.
How beautiful is that spot? Bindaree Falls.
It's amazing the temperature change. As we get closer to the falls, it truly is a great little spot.
You can actually walk down in behind it and get some shots. It's really cool. Another place to check out along the way on the huts. Hey, what, you're getting a bit dusty? Yeah, copy.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this track I've always come up and had a play on.
What, we got a track coming up, have we?
Yeah, it's a little track I love. I love to have a go every time I come up, and I know a number of people that love it as well. It's called the Monument.
Monument. Now, how does it get a name like that?
It's monumental, mate.
Yeah, right. Is it a long track, a big track, or what's the go?
Oh, it's not super long, but she is quite steep. She's got a few holes in it, a few ruts, so we should have a bit of fun getting all the way up there.
Yeah, right. No, I'm guessing when we say that it's a bit rough and rugged, you're meaning that I might have a challenge with it.
Oh, it's all right, mate. I'll be there to take care of things. I'll pull you out.
Oh, thanks. You're so generous and so nice.
Mate, I'll do anything I can to save a landing.
And so many others do too. Look forward to it. Great stuff. So what's that, just up here, is it?
Yeah, it's not far away at all, but look, if we can stop down at the bottom, just so I can put a snatch strap on the landing before we start.
Oh, here we go. We're already getting started, are we? Oh, I think you just concentrate on letting your tyres down.
All right, roger that, mate. No, we'll have lots of fun on this one.
So you're telling me this is the start of the track?
Yeah, this is the start.
Right. Right. And you think I should put a snatch strap on now?
I reckon you should do it now. Saves me getting out to do it later.
Oh, I love this guy, I tell you. But this is the shortcut up to Craig's Hut, so they tell me.
We're going to have a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
A shortcut? What is it? Have you got to drive around otherwise?
Yeah, otherwise you've got about a 10 or 15k drive round.
Yeah, right.
And you can go up. It's still a four-wheel drive track to get up. It's quite steep.
Okay.
So you need a four-wheel drive to get up there, but this one's a lot more fun.
Well, we better let some air out of these tyres.
Yeah.
I'll connect my snatch strap.
Yes, please.
Good on you.
Hey, Jamie, looks like they graded maintain some of the tracks down here.
Oh, really? Oh, so it's just steep at the moment. I see that. I see it's getting a bit rocky though where you're going now.
Yeah, back in January she was a lot worse.
Yeah, copy that.
I noticed a lot of bulldozer tracks down there.
Yeah, right. Oh, well, we might not have to use that snatch strap on me then after all.
I reckon we could still do something.
Yeah, good on you.
I'm hoping the dozers haven't got past this point yet.
Oh, it's still a fair old climb though.
Yeah, there's still a little bit of a climb. There's one large climb left.
Yeah, copy that. Well, this track's getting a little bit steeper as we go. To put in the lockers or anything yet. We're still on the monument track. We're still climbing. It hasn't been too bad. Well, not bad enough that he's got to put a snatch strap on me to pull me up there.
John was really disappointed about this track being flattened. This was one of the favourite tracks in the area. But on the other hand, the views when we get to the top, I really look forward to.
Well, we can all guess this place, the iconic Craig's Hut. You know, everybody knows this place for the first of all for the this Man from Snowy River back in 1981. We were actually talking about the place last night, and I'm going, there was Jack was in it, Jack. And then the other guys are going, yeah, Hugh Jackman. I said, no, it wasn't Hugh Jackman. And then I thought about it, it was Jack Thompson. Two iconic Australian stars have filmed here doing the Man from Snowy River. But to think about it, this place was rebuilt in '93 by the 4-Wheel Drive Club, and then it got completely demolished and burnt down in 2006. And then they rebuilt it again in 2007. Now, I think the last time I was up here was around 2011, 2012, and we're in 24 now. There's a lot of changes happened, but it's still an iconic place to come and visit. You know, you just got to have a look at the place, the surroundings, and look at the view. Absolutely phenomenal. But it's a beautiful spot.
Well, we've got an iconic film that we all know, The Man from Snowy River, and it was filmed here at Craig's Hut, and they constructed the hut especially for it in 1981. But now you've got to look at the place, and what an iconic place it is just to come and visit, get the views, and check out the place. It is an awesome bit of gear. Love this place.
So when was the first time you come here?
It would have been back in 2011, 2012.
Oh, okay.
On my own, without family driving me up or anything like that. So yeah.
Yeah, righto.
So yeah, no, I was up here back then. It's changed a lot.
Oh yeah.
It's very different.
Oh yeah, but I mean, you've seen it since the changes too, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. I've seen it as the changes have been happening every time we've come up. We were just up in January, and this changes again.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, it's how it sort of rolls, isn't it?
It sure does.
As the day was getting on, we signed the visitor's book and started to make some more tracks. Our camp was still a good drive away.
Well, we've had some absolutely epic scenery today. We've covered quite a few kilometres. We've had a few closed tracks, so we haven't been able to go down them. But now we're heading from Craig's Hut down to Razorback. Now we were going to go to some other huts, which we would have had to walk to, but we were planning on driving as far as we could and then walking down, but another gate shut, so we just couldn't get through there. So anyway, we'll pick up a few more huts tomorrow, I hope. We'll go and try and set up camp tonight at Razorback. So I'm still running with my tyres down. I'm sitting at about 22 in the rear and around about 20 in the front at the moment. But because I'm not really going over 30 kilometres an hour, I'm still running on these dirt roads down. We dropped them down when we were going to do when we did the hill up to Craig's Hut. And it wasn't as rough as we thought it was going to be. So therefore, we haven't bothered pumping back up because we were going to take another track that was going to get us down to Razorback, but that was closed. So I'm sitting on 20 pound, 22 pound, but we might pump them back up at Razorback. So what I'm trying to say here is, if you do drop your tyre pressure, just keep your speed down, because otherwise you get your tyres really hot and then they start cooking from the inside out. And especially the faster you go, the hotter they get. So because we're not going a lot of speed, we can get away with it in that sort of sense. But of course not on real long distances. We're talking, 10 kilometres, something like that is the distance we're sort of travelling. And that's why it's always good to have a portable or an onboard compressor to make sure you can maintain that tyre pressure when you've got to put them up and down all the time. Another epic set of huts. Like this one is stacked out with beds, bunk beds, 3 high, and they've got separate rooms. Like just on that side, we've got 4 separate rooms, all with bunks in them. In here, we've got a kitchen, and it's got everything. A fireplace, it's got table and chairs, but it's just so awesome to see and how clean and tidy the whole place is. It's amazing. But it's another place you've got to come down and check out. This is Razorback. Now, I haven't actually been here before, but there's a lot to show and tell, and there's plenty of places out here to set up your own camp and have a camp here. But of course you can camp inside as well.
All right, we're ready to cook?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's go. What are we having?
Well, I can see we've got some sausages here.
Nice.
Sausages. So I'll pass you some bits and pieces.
Thank you very much, sir.
Gonna fit another one in there?
Oh, I reckon I'll make do. I'll make some room.
Righto. And I think we've got chook.
You got a chook in there?
Chook. You want to put the chook in with that too?
Yeah, why not?
Righto. Bit of extra flavouring.
Why not? I think that's very well seasoned as well.
Whew.
Hey, Jamie, grubs up.
After a full day of driving up here, it was nice to sit around the campfire with a nice warm meal, as the temperature outside was surely getting low now.
So John, I'm just looking at this map. Now, you can tell me, where were we?
I can tell you exactly where we were today.
Yeah.
At Lovick's hut.
Yep.
So that's where we started the morning.
Right, right.
And then we shot up past Bluff Hut, made our way all the way down 16-mile jeep track.
Yep.
Went to Bindaree, went to the Bindaree Falls.
Yep.
And then on to Craig's Hut.
Yep.
And then after that, where we are right now.
That's where we are. So we're there now. So where are we heading tomorrow?
We're going to head over to, we'll go check out that hut.
Right, now you need fuel too, so we might head back into Mansfield to get the fuel.
Unfortunately, my car drinks a little
That's
bit more
right, I understand,
fuel.
it's a Jeep.
So we'll get from here, we'll head over to Mansfield, we'll fuel up and...
Yeah, well while we're in Mansfield, I just wouldn't mind going to the cemetery to see Fred Fry's grave.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think that'd be
I'd be
pretty
in on
cool.
that.
Yeah.
I'll be in on that.
We'll do that. All right, that's
sounds
the
good.
plan.
Plan's done.
Sounds good.
Well, that's the end of part 2 of the Vic High Country. There's a lot more to come, so make sure you come back for part 3. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next fortnight.